We live, fellas.
Yep.
Good morning.
Can I get some Jeezy, young brother?
Get that Jeezy.
You want some Jeezy?
Got the core for you right here, bro.
All right.
Like some old Jeezy, maybe some Trap or Die.
Let's see, you want everything.
Yeah, maybe some Trap or Die.
All right, let's see what we can do for him.
Maybe some Trap or Die.
So how y'all doing today, man? How's the week been?
Long.
Productive?
Kind of sad. A lot going on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but that's life. We here.
Definitely.
We are here.
My man said he wants some Trap or Die.
It's on this side, isn't
You
it?
know what I'm saying? Shit real, nigga. Like I told him, and Streets is watching, nigga. Like I told Drum, nigga. Drum, I told you, dog. When this tape came out, it's gonna change everything, nigga. 230,000 units strong in the motherfucking streets, nigga. From motherfucking Chattown to Mobile to motherfucking Memphis to mother. I'm the realest nigga in it. You already know. Got Trap of the Year. I'm the realest
Hey.
nigga in it.
First things we gotta say, first things we wanna say. Rest in peace, Savage Ant.
Rest in peace, Savage Ant, my homeboy. Can we get a moment of silence for the Savage Cub?
Yeah.
Speaking of Savage, hey man, you are loved, you are missed. Clearly, you didn't know the impact that you had. I mean, the town love you, brother. You'll be greatly missed. Humble, stand-up kind of dude. Long live the Savage, man.
A real legend, a young legend.
A real young legend. I'm talking about the people love you. And tonight, we'll be turning up in Bragg Hill for a candlelight visual for the Savage. So if you can make it, please come.
What
We're
time?
accepting all donations, anything you can give. If it's just your time, that's cool. If it's just your heart, that's cool. We welcoming all and everybody to celebrate the life of young Savage. You are that dude, young brother. All right, let's get to it. I thought we was gonna crank some Trap or Die, dog. I thought we was gonna crank some Trap or Die, dog.
It's on the Trap or Die CD, this song.
No, okay.
You know what I'm saying? This was my favorite song, you know what I'm saying? I played it.
And y'all can see the merch. These will be out there.
Shout out to the merch, man. We need to get some of the merch here. Fast Track. Get some of the people, because you know we got people walking in and out of here all the time. I need everybody seeing this stuff, man.
Say no
It's some
more.
good stuff right here. You know
I
what I'm
appreciate
saying?
it,
Absolutely.
brother. I appreciate it. All right, today's episode is being brought to you. It's being sponsored by Dream Clean Cleaner. While you sleep, while you dream, we clean.
Oh, man.
Please support this young sister. She is doing great things in the community. Look her up on Facebook, Dream Clean Cleaner, and you can see what I'm talking about. All right, let's get into it. Now, what we talking about today, fellas?
How to make it through hard times.
How to make it through hard times. Goodness gracious.
Because, you know, everybody, like that frame we be talking about and that selfie, we gotta see what's going on behind that scene.
Without a
And
doubt.
how you make it to that selfie.
Man, it's a lot with it. We trained to be that way. Our parents teach us that. You remember when we used to go to school? Ain't nothing changed. We just ain't had cell phones. As soon as you get your school clothes, what you want to do? Take a picture of you.
Hey.
Smile, say cheese.
Yeah.
Forehead greasy as a motherfucker. you in school, forehead greasy. She done grabbed you by your goddamn cheeks and brushed the whole face. You know, we taught to be vain. We taught to be haters. We taught to be isolated. We taught a lot of BS. You know what I'm saying? So we become broken people really fast. You know what I'm saying? By the time we're 18, we're broken. Because the harsh realities of life has hit us. Like I tell you last week, man, what our parents do. Oh my God, that's my baby. He's a heartbreaker. You're gonna break so many hearts. You're so cute. Soon as he get older and start breaking hearts, oh, he ain't shit. That nigga ain't shit.
And there come the isolation.
Then come the isolation. You know what I'm
Things
saying?
of that nature.
Like we teach our kids, oh my God, you're special. You're the one and there's no one better. Give your kid that love, but like I always tell you, make sure your child knows that you're special to them and that the world don't care about them. That's harsh, but it's the reality of it. You know? Like last night, I was sitting back and you know, I get to wilding sometimes, so I got on my Martin Luther King. I got on my Malcolm X shit last night, so I'm looking it up, and I'm reading, and I'm watching these videos. People are very mean. And when I say people, our people, to each other. You know what I'm saying? We done had this big facade, and we done made everything about the money. The money is crippling us.
By not having it?
Nah, by not understanding that it's nothing. You know what I'm saying? Most of us grow up in these dire conditions and these messed up positions to where we see someone make $50,000 to $100,000 a year, and in our mind it's, oh my God, they made it.
There's billions out there.
Yeah. Well, like I say, with that's just the beginning. If you make $50,000 to $100,000 and you got 3 kids, it's just like making $25,000, $30. You know what I'm saying? It'll equal out to the same thing. Like we got to get back to the basics.
And the more you get your money, the more money you have, the more your lifestyle costs. You know what I mean? So if you're making that 50 to 100, like you said, you probably go to Starbucks every morning. That's $150 a week right there. You know, you probably got a lunch spot that you always go to versus somebody, you know, when I was working a couple years ago, I was only making, you know, my tax says I made like $13,000 that year. You know, I wasn't eating out every single time. I was going to Wawa and getting me the hoagie, you know, the $5 special, or, you know, just being more calculated. So when you get more money, your lifestyle definitely, you know, it gets more expensive. So it's always relative to the way you live.
Okay. All right, we're going to get into the meat of it, though. Now, with our people, we got to do better. In the sense of, we look at other people's situation and we think we know what it is. You know what I mean? I'm going to give a little story, probably be a little 5-minute story. It's going to be quick, but one of my friends, great guy, family, wife, kids, nice home, all of that. A young man has a girlfriend. Beautiful. They got their shit together. They're young. They're trying to get married. They're saving money. They want to be homeowners. All of these great things. I mean, they really got their shit together. I mean, these young people, 22, 23 years old, and they already got it figured out. I'm not going to say they have it figured out, but they know what they want to do. Long story short, they see one of my friends' situation, and they looking at the aesthetics of it. Okay, oh my God, he has the home. They got the money, and they got the beautiful family, and they going through hell in that house, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The young guy sees this, and immediately he says, goals. My goodness, this is nice. And he don't know them motherfuckers argue every night. He don't know that nigga gotta sleep on the couch.
In that big old house.
In that big ass house. You know what I'm saying? He don't know this is a $500,000 home. The mortgage is for real.
Yeah.
Appreciate what you got.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, stop. We always look at shit and be like, okay, I know what it is over there. Like, nah, you don't know what it is over there. Like, so I ain't gonna say it bothered me, but it took me back. Cause I'm like, he don't even know what's going on, but in his mind, this is what he wants.
Look, I got a question for you, and feel free to not answer. Are you a religious man?
He did it. Am I religious?
Because there's a follow-up question to that.
I'm a spiritual man.
Okay.
Spiritual, yes.
So then you'll still understand what I'm about to say. When you're saying appreciate what you got, one thing that I came to realize not too long ago was definitely appreciate what you have, and don't be out here reaching, trying to get too much before God turn around and take everything you got from you.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt.
So definitely appreciate it.
All right.
Now, that one right there, these two, is crazy because just like you said about the crib, the outside look good, the inside fucked up. When people are coming from the bottom, even at the sense of being 22, 23, with the vision of being homeowners, that's not to say don't be a homeowner because it's going to be an argument inside your house. That's not what it means. It means love yours, build yours, instead of just going to get the money and with no foundation inside. You feel what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
Now, with yours, you asking was he a religious person? A lot of people may consider me religious, but I'm not. I just believe in God. I seen it myself. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
Can you tell me about that a little bit?
I can speak on it in a minute. Let me get that point out first. When you do the right things and put the right energy into what you're trying to do, it usually ends up like it's supposed to. So that big house may not be for you. You may not be able to handle that. Mm-hmm. Maybe God already know that.
Yep.
And if you go against it, you'll see.
Yeah, right.
So,
Right.
I mean, in my sense of me having an encounter with God, it was like if you ever seen The Prince of Egypt, because I seen God before I seen The Prince of Egypt, but it just reminded me.
No, I haven't. That's a movie, The Prince of Egypt?
Yes.
I have not seen that.
It's a Disney movie. It's old. It came out in the 90s. But I seen it recently, and I was like, yo, that's how it happened. It was just like an aura. It wasn't even a person. It wasn't a figure. Mm-hmm. It was just a... Mm-hmm. And I was probably about 21 years old or whatever, and make a long story short, one of the things I was told was I have to take my music, like the things that I speak of in my music, probably when I was 2019, all I used to talk about was guns, drugs, you know, the norm in the sense of rap, especially at that time. It wasn't too many Chance the Rappers, Kendrick Lamar's.
Right.
It was a lot of...
It was hard.
Yeah, all hard.
Yep.
But, what was told to me is that I had to use my music to enlighten the mind. And I was really living kind of violent, and that was one of the main things that I couldn't carry on with. He was like, I didn't put you here to be violent. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So I look at it now, it's funny, I just said it the other day that I think violence is one of my demons.
And your life has changed since that encounter.
Completely, and to the point where, if I act any way that I did before I was 21, 22, the people who know me now be like, yo, you out of character. And I have to look at that.
Evolution, brother.
Of course.
You're just evolving.
Right. You can't ever stay the same.
You're just evolving. And if you're not evolving, then you're fucking up.
That's right.
You fucking up.
Right.
If you're not evolving, if you're not changing, if you're the same person you were, you're doing something wrong.
Right.
You got to reevaluate.
So I think the bottom line of all of that, with the spiritual part, the looking inside the home part when you want the big house, and just evolving, I think evolving is the bottom line of how to get through hard times, because hard times force you to evolve. Because if you stay in that hard time the same way you were, you're going to experience the same thing.
Without a doubt. Like I say, not to jump subjects, but I got to jump subjects.
I mean, it's supposed to transition.
Yeah, my mind race. Now, this relationship shit. Now, me and my friend, like I'm getting older now, so a lot of my friends are married. I ain't gonna say a lot. A few of my friends are married. I take that shit serious. I take it extremely serious. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you're married, you become one person.
Period.
You know what I mean? Like, you become one person. Now, I don't think people realize that. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you're boyfriend and girlfriend, motherfucker don't owe you shit. Yeah, motherfucker don't owe you shit. Like, yeah, you would want the monogamy and you want a motherfucker to treat you right, but at the end of the day, yeah, that's just your boyfriend and girlfriend.
You told me that a long time ago. You spoke on how we was running around, and you was like, man, this is exactly what you said. It's a difference between the boyfriend and girlfriend, but if my wife cheat on me, there's no telling what I would do because I take marriage so serious.
For sure.
Because marriage is a different
For
thing.
sure. And anybody that know me already know that.
Yeah.
My wife. My wife.
POD.
My wife.
Yes.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I'm going in for mine.
You're supposed to.
You know what I'm saying?
And I think that's a person like you, people need to hear that more. Because, you know what I'm saying, a lot of people don't even want to get married no more at all.
Hey, and that's fine too. But motherfuckers is getting married for no fucking reason at all.
Mm-hmm.
You still fucking, still fornicating, still doing all types of crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
outside
that marriage,
their relationship, you're saying?
Yeah, like I
Outside that
say,
marriage, 'cause
your
what-
children,
Yeah.
it's always gonna come back to your children. They see that shit.
So
No
what-
matter how your family feel, no matter how the goddamn internet feel, no matter what, your family see that shit.
So what's your advice to those who get married young or just get married without that mind state of being one with your wife? Like you said, people get married for one reason or no reason, and then it'd be like, you still doing the same thing. But a lot of people really don't have the knowledge me and you had.
Yeah, and I always take that into consideration. I never look at nobody and be like, oh, you're married, so fuck no. It's just we don't have an understanding because we've never seen it. And the few people, us as young black men, the few people that we have seen be married, oh, their marriage was miserable. Miserable.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers are like, I'm telling you, like, as young black people, we think arguing and fighting is a part of a fucking relationship. And I am here to tell you, no, it's fucking not.
Disagreements may be, but
Disagree.
not the
That's
elevated part
life.
of it.
That's
Not the elevated
life.
part.
As human beings, you're gonna disagree. This is what conversation for.
Yeah.
This is why we have dialogue.
Yeah.
But full-blown arguments and fighting and I hate you,
And
that shit is over.
and keying your cars and breaking
All
your
of that
windows,
extra shit.
punching holes in your walls.
Man,
Gotta pay the landlord.
All of that shit.
That shit is ridiculous.
All of that shit.
Yeah.
And like I say, we grow up and we think that shit is okay because we seen our mother and our grandmother and their mother just had these horrible fucked up marriages. So we think, oh, if you're in a relationship, if you're married, you're gonna have arguments. Man, shit, man, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, man.
Miss me with that shit. I'm not gonna be arguing with my wife.
I don't want my marriage to have no fist fights, no outside kids,
None of that
none
shit.
of that wild shit that people
Man,
accepting in their marriage.
none of that shit. I'm not accepting none of that shit. So until I get to a point in my life to where I know we're not gonna be fussing and we're not gonna be fighting and we're not gonna be rude to each other. Like we watch people be rude to their goddamn spouse.
In front of people.
In front of people. You know what I'm saying?
That ain't right.
Like us as young black men, we'll have these beautiful wives. They'll be everything. They'll be our fucking backbone. And we'll go fuck a bitch in the street. Bitch ain't got 2 pennies to rub together, but she got a fat ass, so we gonna risk everything. We gonna risk this alimony. We gonna risk this house. We gonna risk it all for these cheeks that we probably don't even like.
Never worth it.
I'm telling you. And like I say, you don't even have to go there.
So then a part of that relationship and a part of that is the women who want the relationship that you have but have not built any type of what it takes to build that relationship. You know what I'm saying? There's other women out there see you in a relationship and they want those traits of you for them.
Yeah, but that's because they don't know no fucking better. We touched on it last week. Like, what's the first thing a woman say? Oh, you can't play me because I was raised by men and all. Man, them bitch niggas taught you that shit. You know what I'm saying? You learn this shit from bitch niggas, so you move in bitch ways. You know what I'm saying? Like, you are who you are. That's why I say, as you get older and as you evolve, you gotta reprogram yourself. If you don't reprogram yourself, you fucked.
No bullshit.
You are, man, when I say fuck, you are fucked in the worst way because you're not learning anything. Relationship wise. You know what I'm saying? Like, how many women do you have to hurt? How many women do you have to make suffer before you realize you don't even have to do that?
That's a hard question to answer because there's just too many men out there that they never gonna figure out that answer, man. They just gonna keep doing what they're doing, keep hurting.
Because, like I say, it's easier
Yep,
now.
Yep, it's way easier
It's
to do
more
that.
women
Yep.
than men.
Yep.
Men ain't got to. Ladies, I'm telling you, men don't have to do shit but show the fuck up.
Yeah.
The women out here is grinding so motherfucking hard. Man, 60% of our women, man, fuck that. Maybe 70, 80% of our women make more money than us. And that's just a fact. They work harder than us, but it's the sheer numbers. The sheer numbers. It's going to be a lot of lonely women out that motherfucker. I'm telling you.
All our numbers lot.
I'm telling you. It's 9 women to every man.
That's a lot.
My daughter knows this already. You know what I'm saying?
9
It's
to every
9
one.
women to every fucking man. A lot of you motherfuckers gonna be lonely.
And on top of that, a lot of niggas gay too.
Yeah, a motherfucker's going to prison, so that number is doubling and tripling.
Yeah.
So as soon as a woman cough wrong, a nigga's the fuck up out of here. Like, oh, I can't take this shit. There's some new bitches here. I can't take this shit. I'm the fuck up out of here.
Get a new road.
So like I say, I'm on the men, but women, y'all gotta do y'all part too.
Yeah, because those 80% of the women that do make a lot more money than us, you know, they still got that mentality of where money means I'm better than you. A lot of people carry that.
Yeah, and that's so crazy. That's what we think. I'm so glad you fucking said that, bro. We really think that if we got more money than somebody, we're a better person. We'll be broke. As young black men, we'll be broke all our motherfucking lives. As soon as we get a piece of, man, fuck that. We don't even be having money. As soon as we got more money than the people that we grew up with, all of a sudden, oh, they broke niggas.
Oh, yeah.
Stay away from the broke boys.
Yeah.
Bet you live with your mama. Cut the shit.
On top of that, that's a law of the power. Avoid the unhappy and the unlucky. And just because they got money don't mean they're happy.
I'm telling you, I hear you over there preaching, boy. I hear you spitting them 48 laws.
I mean, I'm living, bro.
Yeah,
You know,
I'm telling you.
And the funny thing is a lot of things I'm living it and coming back to stuff I learned a long time ago. And I'm wondering to myself, like, why didn't I just apply when I heard it the first time? And it was just, I guess I gotta let it soak in and see it out here with eyes.
Not even that. You're just willing to learn now.
Way more.
Yeah.
I was always willing to learn, but now I'm learning that the learning
That's the key.
is plus.
The learning is everything. The
Yeah.
situations you go through, that's the beauty of it. Good and bad.
Yeah.
Good and bad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you'll hear. We might need to change the name of this fucking show to Be Kind, cause like I stress to be kind to people. I stress help your brother. Fuck talking it. I live it
Man, you putting love in the streets, dog.
for sure.
Where we know it's no love.
For sure. What, man? Fuck that. Why I know it's not gonna be returned, nigga.
Yeah, cause ain't no love there. but
Ain't
you
no
putting it
love there. You think I go out that bitch and I go as hard as I go because I think somebody. Fuck no, ain't no love out there.
And-
These niggas will kill me and I know that.
yeah.
Like for sure, every day I go out that bitch, I tell my lady, I tell my fucking kid, I love y'all. I might not return. You know what I'm saying? I understand what the fuck is going on. I understand my situation.
And I think that a lot of people now, like let's say 18, 17, 19, a lot of people don't see their situation as a situation. They just think this is life. And especially the guns part and getting shot, a lot of people think that shit is cool. A lot like these young people. And, you know, I was definitely one of those younger people, 16, 17, who didn't think it was cool, but didn't think it was not cool. You see what I'm saying?
For sure.
Like, I was like, man, you know, if it is what it is and whatever, you know what I'm saying? I'm not scared. But I'm really telling you, dog, you putting love in the streets, and those 9 men who get outnumbered and all that and whatever, it's going to be that one that's really going to continue that. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's going to change. It's going to take time. Just like, you know, you see with Barack, a lot of the things of us coming together and being better men, better black men, that ain't happening until you see Trump. You feel what I'm saying? Mostly. I'm not saying never, but mostly. You know what I'm saying? I really do see that you being you and you being you so open is gonna change the way the streets are, because there's gonna be more people like you that maybe didn't have the same idea as you to speak.
But that's what I stress.
Yeah.
Fuck me. This shit, dog. This shit is not about me,
Absolutely,
man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like take me out of the equation. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm trained to like fucking back in the day when I was a kid, I hear fucking Tupac tell me, he's like, man, I might not be the change, but I guarantee I spark the brain of the person that does make the change. That's all it's about.
Yeah, and you gonna do the same.
That's all
You
it's
see what
about,
I'm
because motherfuckers ain't do that for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's motherfuckers that watch me grow up. I'm the older niggas from where I'm from, people that know me, that's older than me, that watch me grow. These motherfuckers never reached out and been like, yo, lil' bruh, I see what you're doing. What can I do to help? Do you need advice? You need me to come talk? I don't get that. That shit bothers me. So in return, I don't want my young people to look at me how I look at these niggas, man. These niggas is I'm telling you, I'm talking about, I have love for some of the most selfish motherfuckers on the face of the planet. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But because I'm so motherfucking humble, I'm still forever. I don't care how much money I get. I don't care how much I evolve. I don't care where this life takes me to. If you're my old head and you haven't snitched, I don't give a fuck what you done in life. You can tell me, young boy, sit your bitch ass down. And I'ma fall in line. And you know I'm not scared.
Yeah, no question.
But
If you know me, then you know I'm not scared, but it's a respect factor that I have for the people that came before me.
And talk about how people don't have that respect. The young people don't have that respect because you know what, older homies, if like you said, if they've held themselves to a certain standard their whole time and they tell me to sit down, then I know how to fall in line, just like you said. But you tell a 16-year-old right now out there cutting up, hey, come here, man. Let me tell you what's going on. Yo,
Get the fuck out my face. You bitch ass nigga.
Yeah, but think about it though. Think about the conversations we had in the streets after the last week's show. You feel what I'm saying? These people, they not approaching a situation like you. You see what I'm saying? They're not approaching a situation like you. They're approaching a situation like you're doing completely wrong. Like you said, people look at people and think that they know what's going on in their life. You see what I'm saying? Because of what they see from a distance, not really right there. You feel what I'm saying? And it'd be those people who come at you so crazy. And I was definitely one of those younger people. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Matter of fact, he was the first old head that ever made me understand. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Like, man, you coming at me, man, you don't know me and you don't know what I've been through. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But when somebody do know you and know what you've been through, because they've been through it or worse, and the approach is right. You feel what I'm saying?
Then there's really no way that you can't receive it. Yeah.
You feel me? There's no way that you could receive it. Like, for instance, one of the things that just sparked my mind while you were talking about Pac wanting to change the world or sparking the mind to change the world. Pac's dead as far as we see and know. You see what I'm saying? And when I say that is, it took for him to die for his music to be 20 years old, where it was niggas who was growing up with that music, who had them words firsthand, who was living the life that Tupac was talking about, that had waited 20 years to live like that. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? Until 20 motherfuckers died in their life and then 40 of them get locked up, then you see what Pac's saying. I'm not saying that, and that's why I'm looking at it like, dang, man, why don't I just learn as soon as I get the knowledge?
And instead of waiting and letting it.
But
sometimes it's gotta simmer.
I don't have the answer to that.
Then, I got
noticing.
the answer for that.
And that's why
sometimes it's fucking genetics. Yeah. It just be that way. Like, I got a homeboy, he been my friend for fucking 23 years. We've been friends for, like, I'm talking about really my friend. Mm-hmm. This motherfucker just found out who his dad was. He always knew who his dad was, but he just got a picture and found out who his dad was maybe a month or two ago. This nigga's dad is a fucking African. This motherfucker got like 6-7 degrees.
God damn.
Yeah, I'm talking masters and all types, doctorates, all types of shit. But hence, this nigga's son is one of the most intellectual people that I've ever fucking met. And this nigga's right from Mayfield. It's genetics. I see who his father is, so now it's no fucking secret why this motherfucker is so sharp.
Yeah. That's awesome.
It's no secret why he's so sharp. All my life, I'm like, Man, this nigga ain't got no daddy. How the fuck does he know all of this shit? Like, why is he so smart? How is this nigga in advanced math classes and shit?
That shit
This
coming.
nigga's daddy was fucking insanely intelligent. So if your parents are fucking drug users, guess what?
It's gonna, hey. And you know,
Guess what?
Wish I had an air horn.
Yeah. Guess what?
guess what? And then if you just, even if you decide, like, you, and I like to talk about shit like this because I think about shit like this. You know what I'm saying? When your parents are drug users, the moment you take a drug, the very moment you take a drug, your whole life is gonna change because you were born like that and you don't even know it. You see what I'm saying?
Without a doubt.
And then, not only were you, like for instance, my mom smoked a lot. You know what I'm saying? My father don't. My father drank. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But when I hit that J, for some reason,
Crandall, I agree with you, brother. I'm listening. I'm sorry.
no question. Hey, do your thing. You know, you gotta speak to the people. But the day I hit that J in my life, my mother was like, "Damn, you're gonna be just like me." That's the first thing she said. And it's just like, it's been years since that first day. And trust me, not because I'm just like my mom is the reason that I kept smoking, but I'm sure somewhere in the build-up is why I feel like I can keep smoking. You see what I'm
For
saying?
sure.
You feel what I'm
Because you
saying?
see shit. You be like, oh man, I seen that motherfucker smoking for 40 years. I'll be all right. It's our frame of reference. You feel what I'm saying? That's what we have to draw from. And I'm here to tell you, the shit we learn is fucked up. That's why I tell you, I'm reprogramming myself every day. And my man Crandall, shout out to you, Crandall, he just made a good point. The youngins is a different breed. Because it's my fault. I go so hard for y'all because it's my fault that y'all are this way. When I had the money and the power, what was I doing?
Shout out to Crandall, man. I don't even know if a lot of people know he got a lot of street knowledge. You feel me?
For
A
sure.
whole bunch of it.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? He might not know I know that, but we know.
Yeah, man, dog.
Yeah.
Man, dog.
I'm
man,
just saying, though.
Hey, Crowder, you see that?
Yeah.
The young boy's feeling you, son.
You know what I'm saying? That's just one of the, yeah, but you know, and it take us to make mistakes and realize, man, listen, dog, we doing worse than what our parents was doing or worse than what we saw. You feel what I'm saying? And it's like, yo, we got the power to change that because we didn't grow up. They put us in a position where we didn't have to grow up like they did, but we still had to catch them bumps and bruises along the way, for sure.
Dog. Now, I'm going to keep this. Hey, hold on. I'm going to cut it off for hey, JD. Shout out to JD. I don't know if y'all know this guy. Follow him. James Parham, follow him. My first roommate in college. We was in the trenches together. If you're proud of me, guess how proud I am of you, young fella. Salute to you, JD. If you need a haircut and you in the country, the Waverly, Sussex area, holler at him, man. Holler at him. Now back to it. Okay. We as people,
What college you go to? Sorry to interrupt
St.
you.
Paul's.
St. Paul's? Cool.
St. Paul's.
That's what's up, man.
we as people, we have to do better with the people behind us. You know what I'm saying? And I was touching on it a few minutes ago. I ain't never been a super money man, but I got to it when I was younger. Mm-hmm. And when I was getting to it, I didn't do it right. I thought that if you hide and you stay low key, or you can talk to these youngins, or no. People my age, you see the savage shit, and you see the kids acting crazy, toting guns, shooting at people at will, on sight, if you will, because of me and people like me. Because we didn't stress to these motherfuckers when we were out there doing it that this is not it.
Yeah.
You only do what you know. You only gonna repeat what you see. So if they see me in the streets hustling 100 miles an hour and I'm not going to jail, what the fuck you think they're gonna do? I always thought that I could just talk to y'all. You know what I'm saying? You know how I used to do, pull y'all to the side, put a little bug in your ink and move the fuck on. That hindered y'all. That fucked y'all up. That same hustling mentality that I put into.
But what could you have done differently, though?
I'm getting to it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So
like
you sparking questions in my mind.
no,
as you talking.
ask them. Ask them shits. A few things I could have done different. Like, you know what I'm saying? Hindsight is 20/20.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? You look back and you can see shit perfectly. But you know what I'm saying? And in the midst of it, what I could have done differently? Not fucking hustled at all.
That's hard though, because you always gotta have a hustle, especially if you're providing for yourself and for other people.
Not sold drugs at all. Let me get it right. It's definitely a fucking difference. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like our people think that's the end all be all. Our young people don't even know the power that they fucking have. I go so fucking hard because I've seen them go hard. I used to dog him, Romalis. I'm name dropping. Romalis, OD, Legacy, Nooney, Daquan Wiltshire, and if I forget your name, I am so sorry. I get back to it. But the point I'm making is, I go so hard right now because those gentlemen that I just named, I used to talk to them and be like, you know, you ain't got to talk about your guns every 5 minutes. Yeah, I know, but fuck that. These niggas got hard. They didn't give a fuck about what nobody thought about them. That rubbed off on me. So you see me going as hard as I go, every time, those men that I just named, every time I see them, I remind them, y'all are the reason that I'm doing the things that I do. They didn't have no fear. The motherfuckers my age, they hide every goddamn thing. They sit back, no, stay out of my business. I'm not gonna help you, it's just me and mine. That's the most selfish shit in the fucking world.
It's a division that still.
Dog, this shit is fuck. Dog, the shit is corny, my brother.
Cause you even got these situations where it's like it's division. It's division that we don't need. And just like he said, it was like you ain't care about what people said. It's because they had already said it. What can they say again? They can't say the same thing again and make me feel the same way. You see what I'm saying? I made music for a long time, and a lot of people liked it. A lot of people didn't like it because a lot of people liked it, not because of what I was saying, you know, or if I lived it, or, you know, it was no question that I lived what I'm saying. You know, for those people who know me, you know what I'm saying? But it's just those people like, what's so good about him? And they become rappers, and they realize it don't come out as well. You know what I'm saying? Not to say that they facts or they truth don't, but, you know, it just don't come out as well as they thought it was when they was down talking. You feel what I'm saying? Because it ain't about just the fame or nothing like that. It's a real craft that I still work at every day, that I've worked at since I was 11 years old, 12 years old. Never, you know, that I like. It's something that's a passion. And when it's not a passion to you, when you're just trying to do it to one up somebody, that's just the whole thing. And not even, you know, just to bring it back universal. That's a lot of people do things just to one up people. A lot of people hustle just to get more money than that person so they can finally shit on that person because they ain't never liked that person. But in all actuality, you got a skill. He got a skill. Put y'all money together and change the game. Or put y'all minds together and change the game. I go to certain neighborhoods.
Count up.
You know what I'm saying? I go to certain neighborhoods where they literally divided in the same neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got people be like, what side of the neighborhood you from? You feel me? Bigger cities, they beefing on what side of the city. The shit gets so small and it gets so programmed into your mind that if it ain't us, it's fuck it. And you gotta realize I've been in situations where if it ain't us, then it's fuck it, right? So now it ain't no more us. It can't be fuck it to me. To me, you feel what I'm saying? The same people that there was a us who live by themselves as one. They don't live with a us mentality. I still live with that us mentality. Therefore, I had to change us.
Lionel just made shout out to Meese. He just made a point. He was like, what did it say? Bro, you know how we grew up. These youngsters don't know how to give or earn respect. Giving and earning respect is everything. These days, the youngins think, okay, I got the bag. I got the money. I got the respect.
It's
No.
entitlement. They feel
No.
entitled to it.
Respect, it takes time.
Yeah.
It's earned.
You gotta give it.
It is earned. Like, oh my God, respect is earned. You can't just pull up and be like, oh, I'm respected. You know what I'm saying? Like, motherfucker, in the streets, and that's why I say real life in the streets is two different things.
Yeah,
I'm in real life now. In the streets, you know, I used to say ignorant shit like, I die for my respect. And meant that stupid ass shit.
And then I would say things like I'd rather go to jail than be broke.
Yeah, I know we come up with these dumbass ideologies and these dumbass phrases. You be like, man, what the fuck? Dying for respect? How about living for that shit?
Yeah, because
I'm living for mine.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'd rather be broke than in jail. I mean, I'd rather be in jail than broke. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yo, and the funny part is, I was having this conversation with him. That's why I like this show, because we had real conversations years ago. And I remember I said that to him when I was broke. I was like, man, you know, mind you, this is a Jeezy line. You know what I'm saying? A rich nigga. Who can feel like that if that's how you feel. I ain't never been rich. I always been broke. So, you know, I was like, yeah, I'd rather be fucking in jail than broke. Or sometimes I'd rather be dead than broke. You see what I'm saying? Same day, I rode by this car crash.
Reality
I'm
hit.
like, damn, I definitely would rather be alive and not in jail than to be going through that right now. You see what I'm saying? Like, same day. I'm like, damn. That was one of them days I realized I had to rethink my thinking. Because I see a lot of things that I thought in the ways that I thought when I was way younger. Like, when I'm by myself, not when I'm in the mix. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to think like your surroundings. Like, you got to see how it goes. You know what I'm saying? But
Absolutely.
when you by yourself and you really know what's going on and you already kind of got a mind frame on how shit really is, you start thinking to yourself and coming up with real good gems that you know better. Like, I'm looking at the little Facebook memories joint, shit that I was saying at 22. I'm like, why the fuck did I just apply that a long time ago? I obviously knew it. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Sheen, you absolutely right, Sheen. You know what I'm saying? That's why I humble myself and I be in the trenches with the youngins. You know what I'm saying? I genuinely care. You gotta care. In the world where nobody cares, we gotta care about each other. I'm in the position that I'm in, and don't think I'm saying I'm in a great position. I'm in a horrible position, but it's looking bright for me. You know what I'm saying? It's looking good for the kid. But I'm in these situations. We have to be kind to each other. We gotta help each other. I didn't get in this situation by saying, okay, it's me and my daughter. Fuck everybody else's kid. That's that 50 Cent shit. That get rich or die trying shit. All that fucked up shit we learn. Get rich or die trying? What? That's telling our kids the money is more important than anything. And don't get it twisted. This shit is extremely important. But you ever see a motherfucker with all the money in the world? I mean, bag after bag. Every outfit. Every concert they at. They traveling. They doing big things. They still lame.
Home life fucked up.
Home life fucked up. Money cannot unlame you.
Yeah.
Money is only gonna magnify who the fuck you are. If you a bitch ass nigga and you get a bag, now you're just gonna be an even bigger bitch ass nigga.
With a whole lot of designer to have behind.
Yeah, I'm telling you. What do you say? Beware bums and designer clothes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Shit that we learned 5-6 years ago. I know because I was a bum in designer clothes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's funny you remember I said that.
For sure. You think I don't listen to you?
Yeah.
You're not sitting over there because I don't listen to you.
No question.
Not only do I respect you, I respect your mind.
Man, I'm just trying to build it better too.
For sure, and that's all we can do.
Definitely.
All of us a bunch of ignorant niggas for real.
I'd just be like, guess
We
what?
just trying to evolve. We
You
just
be like,
trying to
hey,
get better.
Just trying to get better, absolutely.
and a lot of this every week is, guess what we used to do that was ignorant?
Hey, dog. Everything I used to do was ignorant. You know what I'm saying? Still be on that shit. Brother Tavon, Bojack, what's up with them skins, dog? Y'all kicked our ass and then y'all caught a slug. My brother-in-law Tavon, the Rev, please tune into his show. Like I told you last week, if you ever at Redskins Stadium, FedEx Field, and you see a crazy ass black dude running around in the Reverend joint, stop him and be like, hey man, you gotta be BA's brother. Yes, that's him. Check him out. But back to what I was saying about the respect thing and teaching the people behind us and holding each other accountable. We don't even like to get held accountable. We'll say we'll do something for, and just some street shit. We'll tell somebody we'll do something for them. Don't do it, and then when they ask, you get a fucking attitude. Like, bro, you said you were gonna do it. So I can't ask you, I can't ask a follow-up.
And you
That's
know what?
that street shit.
And you know what? And then on the other side of that, because I've been on both sides, it be the pride that make you not want to ask them again. If they said they was going to do it, I ain't going to ask them again. Fuck that. You know what I'm saying? Because
Pride comes before every great downfall. Remember that I said that.
Yeah.
In life, especially as a man, you have to get in there and throw that pride shit away.
Hey, and I mean, a lot of the times where I know that now, definitely, and a lot of the times where I thought that I was going to just use my pride, I threw that shit away and definitely advanced.
You're going to.
Definitely.
It's called humility.
Yeah.
Look it up, nigga.
And I'll give y'all, it's the root word is humble.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they don't, yeah.
That's all it comes down to that.
Because a lot of people think that being humiliated and being humbled is not the same thing, and it really is.
Fuck no.
You know what I'm saying? So you being humiliated, man, you'll be you'll be at that spot and understand others from every perspective.
So being humiliated is a certain type of being humbled, is what you're saying.
It's the same thing. It's a synonym.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Kind of. Like I say, you never want to humiliate somebody.
Yeah.
And that's what we do to each other. We are Hey, I don't know anybody that's meaner than black people. Street. And y'all gotta excuse me when I speak. I hate to generalize, and it sounds like I'm generalizing a lot. But when I speak, it comes from a street perspective because that's what I'm from. So anytime it sounds like I'm generalizing something, please forgive me. But it's just how I see things and how I view things. You know what I mean?
But for those who don't understand that street perspective, man, I was watching Blackish last night, and it was about Juneteenth, slavery. And they had, it was a whole bunch of shucking and jiving, if you want to say it the right way. I mean, I like the message, I like the fact that they got it out there. You never see shit like that on ABC. But mentality-wise, black people, you was treated like a slave by a slave owner. When you got your shit, you couldn't vote. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, for those who the white people kind of took up and got their money right, you know what I'm saying? They have that mentality. You got to realize the people who... We don't have the mentality and the strength of the people that were brought over here. We have that mentality of the people who condemned us and condemned us and condemned us to the point where we were free, and now we condemn each other.
Applaud you, brother. You get it. Applaud you. You know what I'm saying? Like, we are so fucking ashamed of being black, and we are so ashamed of being who we are. It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
These motherfuckers get these government jobs. You think they are how they act at work? That's how they act at. Fuck no.
Yeah, I got.
And I used to do it. Like I say, I worked with children in the school system for 7 years. I refuse. I'm never gonna be in a place, a time, a job, anything. I'm never gonna be doing things if I have to change who I am.
Yeah.
Like, that's what motherfuckers go to work and transform. Or I take it deeper than that. A motherfucker be in the streets and then transform. How you'll see a dude acting when he with his friends, But when he with his lady, he a totally different person. My lady will never have that problem with me. She gonna know, oh, that's how that nigga is. That's just how he is.
110.
But we don't do that. We teach our kids to be fucking fake. Yeah. Oh, you go to work, you're supposed to act right, you dress nice, and you don't be rude. Apply that in real life then.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, man. My father
go to work.
I
ain't mean to cut you off, but motherfuckers go to work and treat them motherfuckers they work with like gold. Treat them like gold. Get home to their neighborhoods and communities and treat everybody else like a piece of shit.
Well, y'all could turn like your man said that one day you could turn your neighborhood into your workplace.
I'm telling you, we look down on each other. All of that shit.
Hey, bro, this is definitely like a street
like
stuff.
I fucking and then I'm gonna touch on them before we leave. Now, you know I always have closing thoughts. And this just came to me as we were speaking, and I'm reflecting, and I'm thinking of my life and where it's come and where it's going. I was a product of poverty. I was a product of the broken home. I was a product of the single family home. I was a part of all of these things that sound so bad. You know what I'm saying? I was a part of a fraternity of nothingness, if that makes sense.
Man.
And I was proud of it. You know what I mean? Like, at what point did we get in our lives and we look down on people? What point in our lives did we look at people and be like, you're on Section 8, so you're less than? Or what part of the game is, oh, she's fucked with a lot of men, so she's not worthy of respect and love? Or he ain't getting no money, so we don't. When the fuck did that come into play? Because if that was in the play when I was a child, I wouldn't be standing here. And I tell you these stories, and I give you myself freely so you can understand my perspective when I say things. I know how it feels to pull up and talk to people and walk away, and then they talk about you. And then you can double back in 2 seconds and they'll just stop talking. When did that become the cool thing to do? When did it become cool to not express how you feel? You know what I'm saying? Like, ladies, men, mental health is an issue. I said all of that to get to this point. A lot of us are fucked up and we just need a helping hand. But we're so fucking mean to each other. We throw fucking stones at glass. I mean, we throw stones at houses and we live in a glass house. We throw stones and we hide our hand. We don't tell people how we truly feel about them. I know this because when I tell people, they take it back, good or bad. Like sometimes people come up to me and be like, "Oh, BA, what's up?" And I politely say, "You know, I don't fuck with you, right?" Why? And I tell you why. Because, okay, when you did this, and you know what I'm saying? It's dialogue. And we're not beefing. We're not going to blows. We're not pulling pistols out. But I have to have an understanding. We don't even get no understanding. We see people in the street head nod and then talk about them.
Hey, man. that's that part where you tell people when you leave the house you could possibly get killed because you cannot create a dialogue with everybody like this and then not take it the wrong way.
I'm telling you, like I have a thing about speaking to women. You know how outspoken I am?
Yeah.
So it's certain things, as black women especially, you can't even go up to a black woman and be like, damn, you got a kid, you're single, you're not married, and you about to have another baby. You say that to a woman, she's going to be so fucking offended. Who the fuck are you to judge me? You don't know my life. You don't know my story. Nah, but I understand. Like, how the fuck are you struggling and then you have another fucking kid? It doesn't make sense to me. Like, it just don't. And then our women, if you don't accept her and her child, she'll call you a bitch ass nigga. Do you know how hard it is for a man to totally accept another man's child fully as his own?
That was the beginning of
And you're supposed to. Don't think you're supposed to.
But it's definitely difficult.
But it's difficult. Especially when it's a group of college women out here. It's a whole new team.
Hey, but look though. Now, this is why I'm here. This is why we're here. Because that's something before I had a kid that I couldn't see myself doing. Because I didn't see it successfully done in my household with my mother. You know what I'm saying? Like, my mom had plenty of boyfriends or whatever, and I was definitely that kid that had to be accepted. But I had a father, so it was like, it wasn't really easy for you to be accepted from me as a child. You see what I'm saying? Because I've already seen this story, how it's going to end. So, you know what I'm saying? It's really hard to accept that when you already know that you got one of them kids that's 12, 13. Like, man, you just another nigga that's going to be here for a year. You feel me? So it's really hard. It's really hard.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because, like, especially, like I said, I had a father, so I didn't need you to be my father. Mm-hmm. You had to really want to be my father figure at my mom's house. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people just didn't have that mentality to care about me or my ways. I had one. It was one that I respect in ways, you know, but yeah. You gotta take that when you going into those relationships. You gotta realize, man, some of them might have fathers. You just really gotta be that extra one. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Shit is crazy.
Now, we're gonna close the show up. But before I go, I have to have a special shout out. He might not be listening. This not his thing. We talk about it, but this not his thing. Shout out to CMD Exotics. Shout out to M4L Kennels. Those two young brothers, between Mike and Rashid, they always make sure I'm good. Thank you two. And now my special shout out of the day goes to a young man I consider my friend. I used to call him my little brother, but he's not that anymore. He's a grown-ass man. Scrap, you might not be listening, but shout out to you, young brother. And I tell you shout out to you because at the point where I didn't have shit going, all I had was my words. You listen. And because you listen, your followers listen. Thank you. Thank you. You doing it the right way, young brother. I don't care what they say to you. I don't care what they say about you. You show me nothing but respect. And you didn't even have to. I watched you with the little youngins behind you. I see you with your team. When your team fucking up, you be like, hey, yo, you fucking up. That's growth. And I say thank you because of you, the hard heads respect me. Broke ass nigga from up brag. because of the love they big dog showed me, because of the love they big dog showed me, it's reciprocated all the way down the line, all the way down to 5 and 6 years old. So like I say, scrappy goo wop, anything that I can do for you, young brother, you let me know, and it's on. And like I always tell you, be kind and take care of the people around you. We out of this bitch.